student-teacher relationships in the classroom, not sexually, which a lot of people thought it was. And it's on, what button is it, left or right?
The right side button.
So how does this problem relate to us and our lives? Well, as students, we have to deal with it. And being the teachers that are the ones that are like targeting us, it's a lot harder for us to go to the administration or the principal or other teachers because they're colleagues, and there's virtually nothing done about a mean teacher or whatever because we're students.
And it also creates a bad atmosphere in the classroom, so it also affects other students as well.
Yeah. We actually did a survey out of, I think, was it 55 people, and the question was, in the classroom environment, do you feel that the teacher, your teacher, gives out the respect that he or she deserves back? And of 55 people, 13 said sometimes, or some teachers. One said yes, and the rest said no. So we feel this kind of just solidified how we thought that this is actually a problem in Lebanon High School. And this kind of relates to Dylan's problem with academic favoritism. So, how does the issue affect the daily lives of other people? Well, as a student, if I'm in a classroom and Ms. Perella, for instance, is targeting Bree, it's going to make me feel uncomfortable because I'm going to be aware of it and I'm going to know. And I wouldn't feel comfortable personally standing up for Bree because she's a higher power and she could then target me, and I don't want to be targeted. So I might as well just put my head down and pretend that I don't see it.
And it makes other students uncomfortable in the classroom when you know that every day there's going to be a fight in that room with those two people. And it puts everyone in an uncomfortable situation because they don't want to speak up like Katie said.
Yeah. And you don't want like all of your students against your teacher. You don't want that constant battle every single day for a semester or even a quarter. It's just not healthy. And then how is this issue public? Well, if it's affecting Lebanon so strongly, I'm guessing it's going to affect schools around here and around the country, because I don't think Lebanon's that different in public school compared to others.
I mean, with Dylan's problem and with their problem, it's also, those go into our categories, so it's obviously affecting all different types of categories.
Yeah, and this problem is political because, like we said, teachers are regarded as superior. They are respected. They're just, higher up on the food chain, as you'd like to put it. And there's really no virtual way to get a teacher fired per se because they are a teacher. So if we go to the principal and we say, look, Ms. Perella was really upsetting me in class today. I felt like it was really unethical and really unfair what she was talking, how she was speaking to me. Ms. Perella's going to get called in Ms. Parsons' office, give a slap on the wrist, but goodbye, and nothing's actually going to happen. And we're not going to know the consequences of this problem. They know our consequences if we get in trouble, but we don't know theirs, which we think is really unfair. And then who else has worked on this problem? We don't really think anyone has, because this is kind of like skeleton in the closet. Like, teachers don't want to think that they have favoritism or that they target certain students or that they're being unfair. They want to think they're perfect, just like everyone else does. Like, everyone wants to be perfect.
And the administration looks at them as perfect too because they don't want a problem. They don't want to have to deal with anything.
Yeah. And so how we know if we've made a difference, if there's some sort of criteria or like a piece of paper saying how a teacher should act in certain situations, or if there's actually repercussions of this problem. Like, I know personal issues with certain teachers this year that have gone so out of hand. I can't even believe what some of these teachers have done, and there's been no repercussions. It just blows my mind that it's ever happened.
It only continually gets worse, and I feel like that's for other students too, because once they speak up about it, it just makes the situation spin out of control because administration does nothing. So I also think that if we can get the administration to take us seriously, that will also be a change that I would like to see.
And there's one public speaker, his name is Joe Martin. I read one of his articles called Teachers Must Earn Respect, and he does public speaking to young new teachers, and he's just pretty much telling them, like, you need to earn your respect. Like, it's not about your personality that the students are going to like, but it's about your character. Like, as long as you uphold yourself and you have integrity and you treat students equally, then you're going to be a good teacher and you're going to be regarded highly. So I feel like if we could either get like a convention that local teachers have to go to, or a seminar of the summer that like pretty much reiterates how it is appropriate to act in the classroom and even out like in the hallways, like on hallway duty, you have to be polite. Like, you know, we're just trying to go about our business. I'm not personally trying to make trouble in the hallways if I'm going to class. My bad. Like, I think that's pretty much it, right?
Nice job, ladies. You guys have any follow-up questions for him? No? All right, well, then it's Shamel's turn.